What sets the Purina goat mineral and the Purina wind and rain sheep mineral apart from other minerals that are on the market is because they are designed by folks that are in the business. We work very hard at the Purina Animal Nutrition Center in Gray Summit, Missouri to maximize efficiency, to increase the number of lambs that we have on the ground, and I know the goat herds that we work with are on the same role as us. The best way for producers to ensure that they don't have a mineral deficiency is to supply a quality mineral. That's where we have worked so diligently on the Purina goat mineral and also the wind and rain sheep mineral to provide myself and other producers an opportunity to decrease problems. From the reproductive standpoint, vitamins and minerals play a huge role in sheep and goat. That's where we have found the biggest contribution to our operation in terms of AI and embryo and then conception on first-time service. So there's a distinct role that the minerals play in repro for us. That's what makes us unique and different, is because we're creating products that work for us.
Contact John Starnes, your Pride Ag Resources LPS and Purina Animal Nutrition Specialist at cell phone 620-518-2370 or at jstarnes@landolakes.com. You can also contact Shelly Hamilton, who's a feed sales specialist with Pride Ag Resources, at our cell 620-393-5872, and that's at shamilton@prideag.com. Contact them for your goat and sheep feed needs.
Stay Tough Superior Fencing Products presents its fence test video. During this video, you'll witness the strength and resilience of a Stay Tough fixed knot fence compared to a standard hinge joint fence, as both are hit by a full-size truck. Stay Tough fence is made of high tensile wire that's 3 times stronger than low tensile wire and will stretch less than 1%. Low tensile wire will stretch more than 10%. Both fences were installed under identical circumstances and using the same tooling and fence design. Let's see the results. Stay Tough Fence comes with a 10-year written limited warranty. Contact us at 1-888-223-8322 or visit our website to find a dealer near you. Stay Tough Superior Fencing Products. Stay strong, stay tight, stay tough.
Getting up on a morning like this and seeing the sun come up is just beautiful. I was herding sheep when I was 12 years old. I had a pack horse and a teepee tent and a stove, and I followed the sheep, and I loved it. In fact, if I had my druthers, I would be out here herding the sheep every day. I don't think there's any better life. We want to be in business for the next generation. We're feeding the world, we're clothing the world, and to us, that's a pretty noble profession.
200.
Makes me feel good that our kids want to raise their kids like they were raised. Makes me and my wife feel like that we must have done something right. My name is Stephen Osgathorpe, and I'm just an old sheep herder.
Making Kansas a better place to live and work has been our goal for over 100 years. It's a responsibility we don't take lightly.
It's all with your sediment.
365 meters.
365 meters.
K-State Research and Extension serves our rural and urban neighbors by helping you adapt to new technologies, protect our environment, improve nutrition and food safety, and grow the next generation of leaders.
And my world. And my world.
We help farmers and ranchers adopt new tools that improve profitability in a rapidly changing marketplace.
That went into it, going to help some people.
We prepare and inspire leaders to take on challenges with confidence, be responsible, and give back.
Thank you very much. It will be a great help.
I think K-State Extension is a marvelous partner.
We bring people together to complement each other's unique strengths and make communities more vibrant and successful. We are Kansas State University, in every county, working shoulder to shoulder with organizations, local leaders, and you to help our state grow and thrive. We are K-State Research and Extension.
Hi everyone, sorry I can't join you this year. Always enjoy talking with the Kansas producers and enjoy seeing most of you guys at the symposium. Hopefully one of these times I'll be able to get there in January or February during this conference. It's just a crazy hectic time with all kinds of conferences. So happy that Dwayne and I can get this recorded for you. I'm Carissa Isaacs, the Director of Producer Resources for Superior Farms, and just wanted to share a little bit of state of the industry, what's going on, and take a look at the lamb market currently. So if we look at federally inspected slaughter since 2013, up until the last part of the year in 2022, we look at that and we're declining annually by about 22,000 head. And, you know, some of this, and we'll talk about this as we go along, this is kind of the storyline, looking at seeing what changes are and what's what's coming. But, you know, a lot of this could be attributed to the ethnic market, non-traditional trade. And I wish we were in person so we could talk about this as a panel, or, you know, just in person and see what your guys' takes from Kansas are as well. When we look at 2021 to 2022, we're down 168,000 head, which is about 8.8% in federally inspected slaughter numbers. That's huge as we continue to see this decline, especially when we continue to hear that lamb consumption in the U.S. is up, and we know that we are killing less and less lambs. And so this gives us a good idea that lamb demand is going to our competitors, the importers. Taking a look at Sioux Falls, we like watching this this auction market. We like seeing what's happening with lamb prices. A lot of these lambs do move east into non-traditional trade, but just looking at those traditional lamb sizes, 65 to 75 pounds, this can give us a good indicator on what's going on in the rest of the country. From 2020 to 2021, in those COVID years, 2020, and those low prices that we experienced, we then hit 2021. Demand was good, consumption was good, and we couldn't get enough to our customers, and we were up 230%. And then last year we saw a drop in consumption. We had bought a lot of lambs in 2021, and we dropped 65% on that price in 2022. And this is just watching Sioux Falls again. If we take a look at the Colorado feedlot inventory, we like taking a look at the 5-year average. 2022, we were above the 5-year average up until about September with the fall run. And then we actually, where we would expect this to jump up, we would be above the 5-year average or right at it. We were actually below that by about 25,000 head. Year over year, 2021 to 2022, last year's inventory, we were down 49,000. Then we take a look at the Imperial Valley. A lot of the West is experiencing droughts, and we are continuing to see even that number in the Imperial Valley go down. If you're not familiar with the Imperial Valley, a lot of Western mountain lambs go there because 85% of our lamb production happens in the first 5 months of the year. And so to hold those out so that we can provide lamb to our customers 365 days a year fresh, we try to hold them back. And so they go to the Imperial Valley, but again, they're down about 20% from 2021 to 2022. And of course, you know, this conference being in February, we just got out NASS's sheep and lamb numbers last week. So, you know, this could all be updated and we could start looking at 2023, but there's just not the meat to the data yet. That's Kansas Sheep Symposium is at a great time at the end of the year, so we can see all of the calendar year, but this gives you a good idea of where we ended with 2022. Taking a look at cold storage, again, 2021, we were below that 5-year average, and a lot of that has to attribute to the fact that we had product moving. Customers wanted it, and so we were using up inventory. As we went into 2022, we started to see from Christmas that the demand was just not there. And so we started to halt a little bit, and we saw that freezer inventory continue to grow as we just didn't have consumers wanting our product. Year over year, we're up about 6.2 million pounds or 26%. And for a 5-year average, we're steady. I mean, I say that we didn't have the consumers there, but we were still under that 5-year average as far as what was in the freezer. Australia and New Zealand, they are continuing to send more and more product our way. From 2012 to 2021, they're up about 132 million pounds. Again, if we take a look back at those numbers and where I said, you know, we know consumption was up, we know demand was there, but our federally inspected slaughter numbers weren't there. This shows the full picture that was going to our competitors. And then just in the year, year over year from January to November for 2021 and 2022, actually they continue to be up, and they're up about 31 million pounds from the previous year. So that's a 12.8% increase in imports coming to our country. When we estimate 293 million pounds of lamb, that would equate to 7 million U.S. lambs. That's how many lambs or how much product they are sending to the United States. 7 million of our lambs. And the exchange rate continues to be in their favor, so we see this to continue to be a trend, unfortunately. As we take a look at those sheep numbers that we talked about in 2022, we know we were down federally inspected slaughter numbers, 168,000 head. The Colorado feedlot inventory was down 49,000. The Imperial Valley was down 16,500. And that's a total of 233,966 head that we were down for 2022. When we look at that starting inventory for NAS that comes out, it came out last week for the year 2023. We started with about 45,000 head. We know that many ewe lambs were retained because market prices were not in favor for the producer, for sure, not in favor for the industry. And then we also believe that the lamb crop was about 2%, so that's 63,200. We still are short knowing where 61,000 head that traditionally go into federally inspected slaughter are. There's speculation that, you know, some of them could have went to Canada, some of them went to the non-traditional trade, and that's what our guess is that these missing lambs, you know, some of them are going in additional channels that are not being federally inspected harvest facilities. We also take a look at commercial, so that would include your state inspected plants as well as federally inspected. So we take a look at those numbers, and even looking at commercial facilities versus federally inspected slaughter, we're still not seeing that significant number. So is it that we just don't have as many sheep in the United States? Is it that they're going to non-traditional channels? You know, again, this would be a great reason that I could be with you guys today and we could discuss this, because it truly is that question mark. Something that we continue to see make changes in our lamb market, and we watch it for trends and pricing, is holidays. So we have the traditional Christian holidays, as well as Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, and Eid al-Adha. They're all back to back to back, and we continue to see it be a trend that Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha are moving up 2 weeks earlier every year. And so, you know, when we start to see these market prices come out in the next couple weeks as they get ready for Ramadan, back to back with both Easters and then Eid al-Fitr, that will make a big change. So it's always good to look at that for market indicators. So an outlook for 2023, I know we're in it, but we're early on in the year. What's going to happen with the economy? Are we in a recession? Are we going to see a recession? You know, when that happens, and we're seeing it now, is you make your way around the supermarket and you get the essentials, and by the time you get to the meat case, your pocketbook is looking a little bit more skimmed. So you may not be buying those specialty products that we all hope in this room everyone else is purchasing, the lamb, the buffalo, all of those things, because they are going to be buying the cheaper protein to feed a family. And so we're probably going to continue to see that with the economy. You know, again, a question mark, where is that going? Demand is another big one. Is it going to continue that we're going to see a lot more lambs go into non-traditional ethnic trade? I mean, most likely. Is it going to continue to hurt federally inspected slaughter numbers? We sure hope not. And then where is our domestic supply? Is it going to continue to go down? with these market prices that we've had, and a lot of producers just saying that they just don't know if they can continue to do this with added expenses elsewhere, labor, labor shortages, all of those wages, just everything piling up. And so what does that look like for our producers? And then continuing to see imports just increase and come into this country more and more, as we are finally to a point that we haven't been in so long, but in the last 2-3 years, we've finally seen lamb demand and consumption go up. It's just unfortunately not in our favor. And then again, like I mentioned, you know, competing proteins. Are you going to go to the case and go to the retail case and pick up lamb chops for your family, or are you going to go to the retail case and pick up that bigger pack of chicken breasts or pork chops that are, you know, on sale for $2 a pound? And so as we continue to see this economy be in the position that it's in, we're going to continue to see a lot more proteins compete for our market share. The Power of Meat is a big research project or study that comes out yearly. Again, it's just, you know, I wanted to add this in here. It's just continuing to show the point that consumers are going to continue to buy meat less often because of the economy, because of what we're going through in this country. Meat promotions are on the shopper's radar, and to that point, Superior Farms is working with the American Lamb Board on some promotions in stores. HEB has been doing for the month of January, they did one set of tastings. So in HEB, which is predominantly in Texas, they have their own chefs, and in that supermarket, they were sampling lamb shoulder steaks and giving away, when you purchased a lamb shoulder steak, which of course had a coupon with it, then you also got a free container of seasoning that they were cooking the lamb steaks with. You'll continue to see those and hear about those at Kroger stores, as well as some chains in California as well. So we are trying to make our way through with those promotions in mind. And of course, this is a great time as well to be promoting it, as February is Lamb Lovers Month. So don't forget that, and make sure you promote that yourselves. And again, in the Power of Meat, lamb was the only red meat other than bison to see a volume increase. So again, we know we have the customers, we know we have the demand, we just have to bring it to all American products. And then because of the way the economy is, they are also seeing that consumers are trying to recreate restaurant experiences at home versus going to a restaurant because of price. And so lamb fits in that recreating a restaurant exciting experience so well. So there are so many positives for lamb, and I think that's really important to not get down in the doom and gloom of things, but we have a lot of potential coming forward. Just wanted to cover a few things from Superior Farms standpoint, producer programs. If you are one of our producer leaders, we have exciting new updates with our producer app. So you'll be able to send in all of your information, all your affidavits, weights, number, all through your phone, all through the app, as well as you'll get reminders. And new to this update is settlement sheets. So you will be able to see your settlement sheets on the app, which is extremely exciting. Continuing with our Flock Forward program, really pushing for technology, traceability, and transformation, utilizing EID tags, the camera grading system in both Dixon and Denver, as well as Flock 54 genomic technology. So I know I've shown this for the last couple of years, an example of, you know, data that comes out for our producers through Flock 54. You get all the scrapie codons, spider, dwarf, parentage, as well as many fecundity traits like Ferula, GDF9. We've just recently added haplotype number 4 for OPP, so now you have all 4 OPP haplotypes as well as myostatin. And we've continued to get grants and work on additional traits to add to this panel, like Johne's disease, milk production, yield, and we also have added Dozer syndrome for polyphase and angular limb deformities for Rambouillet's, and many more to come in 2023. So excited about that as we launch now version 4 coming this summer. So really exciting. Since last year, since talking to you, we've also became APHIS certified for scrapie susceptibility. So where you get all 4 scrapie codons, we are also the only genomics lab to be certified by USDA APHIS. And then the newest thing for 2023, currently under validation, is we will be offering a goat genomic panel as well. Similar to the sheep panel, we will have scrapie, we will have horned versus polled, coat color, milk production yield, and several other traits, disease and production both. So excited for that to be coming in late February. Be watching for advertisements on Facebook and our website, and happy to answer any questions. And through this, and not being able to be with you guys, please reach out to Dwayne for my contact information. Happy to talk to each and every one of you guys about any questions you have, whether it's the lamb market or any programs that we have going on at Superior Farms. With Flock 54, really the idea is to close in our feedback loop for our producers. So where they're utilizing EID tags, then they use the parentage genotyping, and then that runs all the way through to our harvest facility. They get data from the camera, from the genotyping, and it all goes back to their software at home, where they can make decisions on their breeding stock. So looking forward to adding more Flock 54 certified flocks in 2023 and validating more sire performance. The last thing I wanted to mention is we are currently accepting internship applications for opportunities at Superior Farms. We have opportunities in each and all departments that are there. You could intern in Denver, Sacramento, Dixon, or Nephi at our Sheep Discovery Center. So very exciting. If you are a undergraduate student, or an undergraduate, please send them my way, and we will love to get the application out to them. Again, it's not just at the plants, but it is, you could be at the plant, you could do quality assurance, human resources, accounting, anything that you're interested in. We would love to have more students. We do currently have one Kansas State University application in, and so that's really exciting. I think that's the first Kansas student that we will be bringing to Denver. So very, very exciting. And again, love to talk about these opportunities and see who we can get in the industry. So I really appreciate the time and asking me to come back. And if you guys, again, have any questions, please send an email to the email on this screen, or talk to Dwayne and he will get you my cell phone number. So appreciate it, and thanks.
Yeah, Chris, I got a question on how that farm in Utah, or that deal that you put together, how's it working, or have you got started on it?
Yeah, so it's running good. The biggest hurdle was getting, and nothing new to the ag sector and who I'm talking to now, but was getting the right labor in there. And so how many people is it going to take was the question. And then from there, do we have the right people in place? So really assembling that team, and things are coming together very smoothly now. collecting a lot of data. And so that's the one thing that, you know, has been pushed and pushed is we need to be collecting data on everything. And so finding a data management software that will let us put in new criteria instead of just these are the things that you can collect data on was another challenge. And so we've had to switch data management software 2 or 3 times, I guess now. I'm not in it day to day, but they finally have a dairy program that lets them change things, and it is running smoothly. Lambing has went great. Conception is going great. They're ultrasounding before those and putting those into groups. And so I haven't been there in a couple months, but everything that I know that it is really, really running good. I'm sure I'll be visiting here this spring. And that's another thing, you know, anybody that is in Utah or wants to come to Utah and check it out, we always will take tours. So the fodder system is up and running now. We also had to change fodder system providers, not due to the fodder itself, but because just corporate infrastructure with the company that we had started to work with. But yeah, so it's exciting, you know, being in its second year fully, we're finally starting to get some momentum and say things are running good instead of just trying to still build on that infrastructure.
So how many types of breeds do you have out there and how many ewes total?
Oh, I don't know the number total. I would be lying if I said I knew. A lot of them are Western white-face ewes, composites, really. Everything that I've seen. I know there are some polyface there. But yeah, it's all based on the producer partnerships that are there at the facility. I want to say 4,000 ewes, but I don't quote me on that. So.
All righty, sounds good. Well, and if I come up with any questions from the meeting, I'll send them to you.
That sounds perfect.
All right, well, thank you and appreciate that.